before I was rudely interrupted.
I am so sorry.
He was trying to get you slightly off topic.
I mean, it worked. I completely forgot about what I was going to talk about.
Oh, shit.
But, good old wrap-up smearing.
We revised.
Yeah, so Biden playing into this, I'm going to stay in my basement and not lose the voters I have because of the COVID. And then you said that it was called this wrap-up smearing.
He played in with this wrap-up smearing.
Okay.
Wrap-up smearing is taking as much information as you can, twist it, right? So, for example, we're going to go big scale on this. The media, they're going to take everything they see Trump do, okay? And then they're going to twist it just a little bit to make him look like that bad guy, right? Which, yes, there's proof they, like, motherfuckers, right? But they twist it just enough to make everyone, like, start to hate him. And it continues over 4 years. And then Congress comes around and they wrap it up. So media smearing this bad image. And then Congress comes up, wraps up that smear of the bad image. Like, yes, look how bad this motherfucker is. We need to do something about it, right? Biden plays into it by not portraying this bad image during a pandemic.
Look how good I am following
the rules, guys. Everyone's 10 feet apart. They have a circle taped around their chairs. Everyone's got 2 masks on.
I noticed that, the 2 mask thing. Yeah.
Guys, look what he's doing. And then Congress is like, guys, this is the leadership we need.
It's an interesting theory.
Rules.
It's an
interesting
rules.
You know who came up with this interesting theory? Miss Nancy Pelosi.
Oh my.
It's an interesting theory.
Theory?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good to me. That sounds about right.
I mean,
pull the wool over their eyes.
That's all revolving on the fact of the pandemic is some conspiracy bullshit.
Yeah. But don't you kind of believe it? I mean,
no.
We're
no.
I've never
the
once
coronavirus
said it was...
no, I know. I'm just saying that theory revolves around Corona being bullshit because how do you smear something? How do you smear a pandemic?
It's not that. It's not that at all. It is him showing everyone it is not as bad as they are trying to show you it is.
Who, Trump or Biden?
Biden. He's trying to make it okay.
Trump.
It's normal. It's okay,
Trump,
guys.
yes,
Come on.
Trump is trying to show us it is not as bad as it is.
I'm following you.
Just
where
vote
Biden
for me
is
and
sitting here trying to portray
and we'll
the
take
image
care of you. The government's got it. Don't worry. Just let us have the power and everything will be fine. Right? Just follow the rules. That's it. Just do what I say and we won't hurt you. You'll survive because we have the antidote.
There's 300 and how many people dead? 1,000 people dead?
Well, and I don't believe those numbers, but we'll get back to that. It's the old adage of the government creates a problem so they can fix the problem.
Yeah.
But in order to fix the problem, they need more of your money and they need more of your rights so that they can have the power to fix the problem that they created.
Yep. There we are. That's it.
Okay. That's a theory. But think about this. How do you solve a serious sickness other than keep to yourselves, try and be as clean as possible, and try and not spread germs?
Sure, fair enough. Wash your hands, but if Mother Nature does this thing, then you're not going to stop it. The masks aren't doing a fucking thing, but weakening everybody's immune system because everybody's staying at home and separated, and nobody's immune system is active and working.
There's
so
no
then
scientific proof of that.
Then a real pandemic or a real virus, something that is actually harmful, is going to come through.
There's
and since
no
everybody's
scientific
immune
proof of
system is
that.
weak, it's going to wipe them out.
Here's a question for
There's
you.
no scientific proof of
Here's
that.
a question for you, and this is just food for thought, okay? There are almost no reports of the flu this year. Usually we are in the middle of a,
Balls
thousands
deep
of-
in flu season.
Usually by this point, thousands of people have died from the flu.
Right, they're telling all
By
the
this
numbers.
point.
There
Go
have
get your
been
shots.
deaths
Hold on,
from the
hold
flu.
on.
Go get your vaccine.
59,120 according to
You-
CDC.
Usually,
Well, that's
by
influenza.
this time,
59,000 this year of the flu?
in an
Yeah.
average year, that's usually how many people...
No, that was this year.
That was this year. Died of the flu?
Yep. Influenza and pneumonia was 59,000.
Yeah, last time I looked at
I'm looking
CDC's
at
website
CDC's right
too,
now.
there was quite a few deaths from flu this year.
Okay, well that's not what I've heard reported. I've heard flu is way, way, way down and not being reported.
I think that's what Scarlett and Silas had about a month ago, or a couple weeks ago. They were
Because I've
fucking
heard
like
people...
down and out,
Yeah.
dude.
I've heard people proclaiming that, the flu is pretty much gone this year. And they've said that the flu has not been... Hold on. The flu hasn't been here this year because everybody's wearing masks. However, coronavirus has spiked because we're not wearing masks.
But
which is
everybody is wearing masks. I'm the only
is a
one
strain
anywhere
of
I
the
go
flu.
not wearing masks, and I get glares.
Corona is the flu.
Yes,
It's just...
No, it's
new
a
name.
cold.
It's a new name.
It's not the flu, it's cold.
No, it's the flu.
No, it's not.
just
The-
more
the-
severe flu. Hold on.
No,
and
I thought
even with
coronavirus
that,
was a
Colds
cold.
treat people different ways. The flu is just a cold.
It's
It's,
just
just
a-
a severe cold.
Wait.
it's a
Some-
virus.
Wait, the coronavirus is a cold though.
the flu is a virus. Coronavirus is
Is the virus.
the virus.
But it's a cold.
It's all the same
is
kind of
not.
basic thing. They're all
Anyways.
No, but like when it first started,
Colds-
wasn't
Anyways.
like the
Colds
prior
Anyways.
coronaviruses
Anyways.
strains to come out, they just considered it a
Anyways.
cold?
Coronavirus is
No, because
a
colds...
I think-
severe strain
I'm
of the
just
flu.
I thought I heard that somewhere.
And CDC is gonna come out with it like next year when all this shit finally fucking blows over, or 2 years, because God knows how long.
Oh, once this is over,
Um,
conspiracy theories are free to fly though.
But here's the thing: how does a virus permanently get rid of one of your one of your senses?
Six.
Six senses.
7
Five.
combinations.
You have
Six.
five
Five.
fucking senses.
Five
Oh my
senses.
gosh.
Of the sixth
Like-
sense?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
6, right?
Six
You
senses.
have-
I got 6. I
No!
talk to dead people all
You
the time.
don't have six senses. You have five senses.
The 5 senses.
The sixth sense is the
the movie.
I see
was
dead
thinking
people.
I was thinking of.
It's
I was
not
thinking
dead
of
people
Bruce
for
Willis.
everybody.
You know
It's
what's funny
other
about
things
that?
for
Me
some.
and Scarlett and Mo literally made that comment last night.
Really?
At dinner.
we-
Yeah,
I was-
last night at dinner. I was like,
I see.
no, I
But
have
it
a
would
sixth
be-
sense.
but-
I can
but
see
it
dead
would be-
people.
But it would be 2 of your 5 senses because you smell
and taste.
Yes.
Permanently disabling.
I haven't
Well,
heard
we
the,
can't say
virus?
we're only
No.
year deep. Maybe
There-
it just lasts a long time. for
I
some
haven't
people.
heard the permanent yet.
I haven't either. It comes back.
There's multiple people I've heard of that
It's
that's
too
their
soon
main
to-
symptom.
Here's a question.
but it's too soon to say
Is this
it's
just like
permanent.
this placebo effect? Like if they put it out there, all of a sudden, yeah, you might lose your sense of taste and smell. So you start getting a little cold and you think, oh no, I've got the corona.
No, but
And you
Whitney
just think
lost-
you can't taste and smell, and it's just
But
all in your
Whitney
head.
did lose her taste and smell.
Well, yeah, and my sister
And so
said
did
she
Kim.
did too, but
And so did Kim.
But you do, I mean, supposedly, it's, from what I understand, your main symptoms to a normal person that's healthy is simple things like that don't really affect you, like, health-wise. They just are like, oh, this sucks.
yeah,
Like-
it's just annoying.
Yeah.
But back to a little bit of the sense and smell and just.
But at the
kind
same
of
time,
placebo
if you had
effect.
asthma and got it, you would probably not lose your sense of smell and taste, but it would fucking attack the shit out of your
Yeah,
lungs.
you couldn't take a step without.
And I don't
Losing
know.
your
It's
breath.
different for everybody, and that's what's so weird. Because
Well, and
I
that's
mean,
what the scientists keep saying, that this virus is pretty fucking intelligent. Like, it gets into your body, immediately knows your weakness, and goes right to it and
So,
attacks
like, maybe
it.
it's a manufactured some sort of a smart virus?
Yeah, and did you hear that
It was
China...
designed, it was built?
Did you hear that China is going to war about... It did not start in Wuhan. It did not even start in China.
You know, I've wondered that. Like, did someone
is
power in our position do
people-
this and made it look like China just so they could get
the
whatever
people-
their interim
The
was?
people in
because-
China are promising that there is no fucking way that this came from China.
Some person or
They're
group
saying
from our
it was
own
somewhere.
country
No, they're
unleashed it.
saying it was Europe.
Right.
Oh,
well,
really?
okay,
They're
hold on.
saying it was
But
somewhere in
consider-
Europe. It came from somewhere in Europe.
Consider the source, though. If people in China say what their dictator tells them not to say, they're dead.
That's true.
That's true. It's very true.
So,
Absolutely.
Consider the
Suppression of
source.
freedom of speech.
But
They're
that
trying
has.
to take our freedom of speech.
But at the same time, that has a little bit involved
This last stunt
to
happened?
why people don't take that claim seriously.
What?
The claim of it didn't come from China.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they don't take it seriously, because China lies about everything.
Absolutely.
But
Okay.
do we really know? I mean, how much are we actually involved in Chinese politics? I personally never been to China. Don't know much about China.
I know that China is a bunch of pieces of shit. I know that
Well,
China.
they're communists. I mean, it's...
I know that I can tell you right now, as someone who's tried to be as open-minded with everything I've ever seen in my whole life, the way China handles their politics and the way China treats their people, and the amount of Chinese people that are completely okay with it disgusts me. All of it. It just disgusts.
Are they-
Or
yeah,
are
that
they
is-
going along with it just to save their lives?
Regardless.
Regardless,
Well,
there
that's a
there
big
are
difference. That's a big difference.
they have
There, you know the picture of
Live in fear,
the
die in
great white
freedom.
shark that is about to be consumed
By all the
by
fish.
the Kremlin that make, or not the crayfish that make all those crazy shapes.
This is
It's
some-
the same fucking thing.
You
China has 1 billion fucking people in their country. If they really wanted to, overthrowing the government's really not that hard.
and just like what's
but they're
going
pretty good at.
Blake, and just like what's going on now, the more power we give to the government, the less we can do.
Mm-hmm. They take your freedom.
They take that freedom away for us to be able to go out and try and do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
We
Which is
we
why they're
protest,
suppressing
we
speech.
protest, arrested on the spot. That's what's happening out there.
But protests made
Blake, they are getting
successions in almost every place they were at this year.
no.
Yes. Police reform happened in 48 of the 50 states this year.
Police reform, that's good, yeah. Make sure everybody's in check and straight-minded and doing their job. But
So, I mean, the protests did their job in some aspect.
the protest may have, but what did all the rioting cause? But
Rioting's
More money,
never
money,
okay.
money, money.
We you know as well as I do, that's totally different subject.
Yeah.
Peaceful protests accounted for 43% or something, if
But
I
there's
heard right,
people being-
of the marches or whatever the protests were.
there's people being
Only-
spurred to go be violent
But
to
what?
Well,
cause
like I
enough
just said,
show for
But
them
like
to
I-
take more rights away from us.
Like I just said, only 43% of the protests were peaceful.
Exactly.
They did. I mean, that's from a poll from NPR.
Most of them got out of hand. More than half.
More than half were not peaceful.
Exactly.
That's a
Why
problem.
why do you think that is?
I mean, this is a great thing to go into our next subject, but I'm not going to go there yet. I'm going to answer your question. I think that protests got out of hand, because citizens felt, and I'm not saying this is right, I'm just saying they felt passion and were pissed off about things they were saying, and the media hyping shit up, and them saying over and over and over and over and over and over on social media and the news, black people getting killed. Whether it's the same person getting killed and them showing it fucking 100 times, they're still saying it over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. In other words, they're being brainwashed.
In a sense. But they hit the streets, they protest for police reform, they get police reform, and in some cases, they still keep marching. Because on social media and on the news, it's still being pushed right in their face every day. Here it is, just rubbing it in your face.
But, okay. Going back to the whole free speech thing and getting it suppressed, the more, like we were saying before, the more power the government has, the less rights we're going to have. And that's the direction we're headed. And there's steps. You've got what we used to have, which was a free country, America, and then you slowly move into socialism and quickly move past socialism into communism. That is how it has happened throughout history every single time.
Baby steps, get the snowball rolling.
Every single time. And it's taken longer in our case of America because we are so used to having our rights and we are the only
We don't
country,
think they're going to take that stuff away from us.
We are the only country in history that has what we have in the Constitution and in the Bill of Rights. Mm-hmm. We're the only country in the world.
We got a little too comfortable
in history
and trusting of
that has
the officials that we thought we were putting in place, but it got so corrupt.
Hold on, this kind of goes into our next topic, because it was fucking it was terrifying to see how easy it is for a group of people to infiltrate the Capitol. Mm-hmm. While the Senate and the House, every single representative,
while they were there,
were all fucking there.
Are you kidding me, dude? That had to be planned and allowed to happen.
No,
there's no way they
just goes into our next topic.
That was my question.
The cops were in on the whole thing. The cops let them in.
Not even that. I saw a video of Trump sitting in like a tent with his whole campaign team, just sitting there watching TVs of everything just happening.
I heard Secret Service let him in, and what was I was talking to a buddy in South Dakota today. What else to say? God damn it.
So I while you gain that thought. Hold on.
I've also heard that there were 2 or 3 buses of Antifa that was busted in.
Okay.
See, I've heard a couple Antifa stories debunked. But hold on, let me get into one thing before. There was supposedly the governor was offered the
of Georgia?
No, the governor of Washington
the mayor,
was
you mean?
Mayor, governor, whatever. They were offered the chance to have National Guard there, and they said no.
Who said no?
Okay, that I remember.
The governor said no.
That a lot of people there, all of a sudden, before this happened, before shit started getting Western, that a bunch of people left. Like they knew it was coming. Hey, it's about noon. All them protesters are about to get here. We need to leave because they couldn't get hurt, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was known it was going to happen. It was
and then all the videos started to surface of police and all the people working the Capitol that day. Once the masses showed up, they just started moving barricades so they could flow right in. Mm-hmm. They just started opening the gates for them. They were on the backside of
the Capitol building, and that there was not a single guard back there, and people were just walking in the doors.
Yep.
So
Are you kidding me?
So who do you think orchestrated that?
I don't think it was really orchestrated. I really more think
Just
it was
allowed to happen.
No, I think
Blake,
it
Blake.
it has a lot to do with our
So-
law enforcement and our military
so
are
Blake.
all Trump supporters.
Like you said, so first, you said that
Not
the
all,
mayor-
but majority.
you said the mayor denied the National Guard.
The need to have National
National
Guard
Guard.
at
Okay.
the Capitol for
Then why did
for
he?
that?
Then why
for
did
the
he
6th?
approve the need for BLM protesters? He needed National Guard to stand post.
No,
when
that was
BLM.
Trump.
Nope.
That was Trump.
No, that was not.
Yeah, it was.
That was the government.
It was no specifically Trump ordered. No, I can pull up the article right now. It was specifically Trump that because he was there that weekend. Trump was at the Capitol. That was the weekend he did the tear gas and the fucking church
the tear gas.
the church appearance. Remember where
Okay.
he cleared out the rioters?
Either way,
What?
at a time like this, country's so divided.
Yes.
Why would you not want protection there when you know that your only hope for unity, I'm putting quotes around this, is in that building?
So you're saying why weren't they more prepared? So the governor supposedly
Fucking setup.
Because
governor
it was
say
set up?
mayor governor whatever, they were told that the Capitol Police and Secret Service had it under control.
It was set
You
up
know what's
to
crazy
make
about it, too?
Republicans, conservatives
The Washington
look bad.
the Washington
And
Police
that one
Service
final
wasn't
push for
even
Biden
there.
to lock it in.
The Washington Police Service wasn't even asked to be there.
Instead of being allowed to
There's another red flag.
put the
The
arguments
police
forward.
the Washington
And
Police Service
they're
wasn't even
all
asked to be there.
This is like the
It was
water
just
pipe
Secret
burst
Service,
on
and
election
it-
night that
And
cleared
they're
out all the
under
election
control
ballot counters.
from the
Okay.
Democratic
Blake.
mayor and government. Those,
You-
those are the people who give the marching orders for those policemen.
Agreed. Yes.
Everything you just said are red flags to it being a setup.
But at the same time, hold on.
I don't see how it wouldn't be.
But hold
Not
on.
a setup.
At
Your
the same
and
time,
not only-
you do understand though that the ceremony that they were doing that got interrupted was really just counting the ballots that the Electoral College already fucking did.
They were challenging it.
They were.
Yes.
The protest.
Yes.
In fact,
They were challenging.
The infiltration of the Capitol happened exactly when they started debating on Arizona.
I know.
The very
How-
the timing was perfect. Now let's go into a whole little down a little rabbit hole here. Yes. Now,
It's not a
If-
rabbit hole. It's still.
I love this.
if Trump could have made that Hail Mary pass and they were able to come to an agreement that they were going to do an audit on the votes and possibly overturn the election if this debate went well, that is a possibility that could have happened. Now, if that was a possibility and that could have happened, why would Trump allow protesters to disrupt that assembly?
Trump didn't, and Trump supporters
Because-
didn't.
Because
Trump
the
has
assembly-
no
wait, wait, wait.
control over
But
his people.
Because
They're a bunch
That's
of
right, because
animals.
his people can control themselves.
right.
But
We can
a lot
control
of them are a
ourselves.
bunch of
None of us
fucking-
were in Washington
Then
doing that
if
shit.
that's the case, then they wouldn't be in a cult. They wouldn't be cultists.
But my point is Trump had absolutely nothing to gain by interrupting that. In fact, he had everything to lose. Because that assembly was interrupted, when they came back, they flew.
Then
they
why did he
flew through all of
tell
that.
them to do it?
He didn't.
I specifically heard him say it.
Show it to me because I
wanna hear
specifically
It was during.
heard him-
Hold on. It was
I
during the
specifically
Georgia.
heard him
Ham-
say-
It was during the Georgia rally. He said, "March on the Capitol on January 6th." I fucking guarantee you,
march
I can.
down to the Capitol and peacefully protest. He has said
He
hundreds
He said it
of
though.
times.
He said it though.
He said
He
it
said
hundreds
march.
Didn't say
March on-
take the Capitol
But,
and
yeah, he didn't
hit
say
people in the head with
overtake
fire
the Capitol.
extinguishers
He said
and
march
You didn't,
down
and
to the
And
can
you didn't-
go and peacefully protest.
I'm just saying he did say it. He did say march on the Capitol on January
But
6th.
Well, a lot of things
organized
he
a
said has
rally.
been taken out of context.
He organized a rally for people who feel like they
Taken
don't
out of
Like-
context is really easy to do for his supporters for some reason.
Blake, every person that was in that building is getting arrested and charged with 2 or 3 felonies because of the
I know, I've seen it all over
because of
Instagram.
the executive order that he instilled 2 years ago,
He's
3 years ago,
pissed.
2 years ago.
Did you hear?
He's pissed it happened. He is pissed it
Yeah.
happened.
You
So
listen to his voice when he got
Which kinda
when he
contradicts-
made the announcement.
But at the
that
same time,
wait,
I
wait,
think he set
if
it
you
up.
listen
It
to
doesn't
the
matter.
tone of his voice when he
I'm
had
glad
to
It doesn't
get
matter,
up
he lost.
and make a statement that everybody had to go home. It was he
It was
was
still
heartbroken.
but it doesn't
You
matter.
hear it
He
in his
lost.
voice.
Like, you say it hurts his reputation. It doesn't even matter. Like, if they were listening to him and he did plan it, it hurts his reputation. Like, I get it. I get it. He didn't
Guys.
plan it.
Did you
He
know-
didn't want it
did
to
you
happen.
know that
But
he
it
is a-
doesn't
Maybe.
matter. He lost. He's not the president.
Guys, I've been hearing people saying this is not over, it is just beginning. And do you
It's
remember
just beginning.
back at episode whatever it was, 38, you guys brought me on the first one. I think we talked about Trump and the book, The Last President. We are on the cusp of this whole kind of stuff unfolding.
Oh, me and
yeah.
me and Devin have been talking about for the last, I don't know, 20, 30 episodes about this turning into a civil war.
It's dangerously
But at the same
dangerously
time,
close.
people like you and me, are we really gonna let politics?
No, that's why we
come
live out
to-
in the country and do it
No,
ourselves.
but that's just it. Are we really gonna let politics come to bullets?
It's
I
not.
don't-
I don't think it's politics. It's the infringement of our rights. And if that's the case, yes, absolutely.
Freedom!
You're not going to fight for your Second Amendment right if they come and take all of your guns?
Oh, absolutely, but that's not gonna happen. This is America. As much as you guys dog on Biden and say all this shit,
Not about Biden.
it's not
It's
going
about
to happen.
Kamala Harris.
There we go.
said-
I've been waiting to get to that background. I
Kamala
tried to ask you
Harris
earlier.
said in
Blake,
her
what
statement-
happens if Kamala Harris gets in?
Kamala Harris said in the debates that the first day she became president, she would mandate a mandated
Buyback
buyback program. What's
For
his
assault weapons.
Well, you think it's going to stop at assault?
Exactly.
Yes.
No, dude. That's the first step. They're just getting their foot in the door.
That's extremist.
Once they
That's
start
just
pulling-
extremist. That's
No.
just
I like this.
extremist.
I like this. I like this. I like
That's
this.
just
I want,
extremist.
I want to run with this real quick. So, let this implementation happen, right?
No.
Okay,
So we're
hold
limit-
on.
we're
Time
limited.
out. You guys
No.
are about to run down
No.
this rabbit hole of all the socialist
No, I like
bullshit
this.
who
No,
has
no,
who
no,
have
no, no,
done-
no, no,
who
no,
have
no.
started
No.
at one
No.
point and started taking away their
No,
guns,
no, 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 no,
and then
no.
it ended
No,
at this
Blake,
point.
Blake,
That's-
Blake. So this mandatory buyback for assault weapons, right? We're putting quotations around assault
Are you going to
weapons.
sell him back? You
We're
give
gonna
him back,
have
Blake?
What does my fucking hand say?
What are we gonna have? We're gonna be limited to shotguns, handguns.
If it makes someone fucking feel better, I'm okay with it.
Now,
but
hold
mine's
on.
getting
Blake,
hush
Blake.
hush.
Shut up, let me
Exactly
finish my
the
point.
mindset they
Let me
want
finish
you
my
to
point.
have.
Let me finish my point. How many times have we talked about a Red Dawn situation?
Yeah.
Okay, so mandatory buyback. All these assault weapons are bought back. We are limited to only handguns and shotguns when we get raided the
And your
The
fuck
military
Hold
has
on.
all the better
6
guns.
bullets.
Yeah.
by China and Russia, who have their AKs, we're gonna put quotations around their assault weapons. That's how you disarm the largest military.
Right. The whole purpose
Now,
of the
now,
Second
now,
Amendment
now,
is so that
now.
we could defend ourselves
The
from our
United States
government.
people is the most well armed of any in the
Now.
world.
Now, some of those people will not give up their guns. But we do know a majority will for the better of their people
To make people feel better. I love you.
I love you so much, buddy.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So, you and me can't tell. You can't tell me that in the industrial age that building your own gun is wrong.
I'm not saying that.
I would expect you to agree with me on that.
In fact, I'd go and buy myself a 3D printer and start making my own if I could.
So exactly. So you can side with me in saying that in how the Constitution is written, it is within our rights to be able to make our own fucking guns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, if we go down the line and we come to the conclusion to where the government says that, like, say we go back to the 90s, back when, right after Columbine happened, they had the assault weapons ban. They had an assault weapons ban, but it was a 5-year ban, and they set it up like that. It wasn't a buyback program. It was just a ban. It banned sales and manufacturing. If you had one at the time, you could keep it. These programs that have been talked about
The buyback
by
program.
Biden and Kamala are they're executive orders that can't technically be invoked because it infringes upon your rights.
No, that's what an executive order is.
But an executive order can be vetoed by the House.
Right, but if the
majority of the
House
House
and
is
Senate
sided,
vote for it, they can make it law. Which, guess what?
But
they have
Senate
the House
is-
and the Senate now.
Well, okay.
Convenient.
People are people.
yes, people.
So,
are people. I'm a person. You're a person.
Him too.
so
We should be besties.
I just don't think in that when it comes to guns, you're gonna get Democrats 100%.
I never said that.
I 100% think that when it comes to Second Amendment, you are gonna have Democrats not side with Democrats.
The people that are voting for that want the buyback or whatever, that want the guns to be taken away, are people that don't have guns. And
There are
they think
people
everybody
that
out
have
there...
their own security that have legal guns because they're deputized.
Bad.
They have people that have guns. They don't need a gun.
There
But
you
it's
go. They have bodyguards that carry guns for them. The rest of us are the ones that they're trying to take the guns from. It's just
Sean Hannity had an interview one time with not Cuomo. Who's the governor or the mayor of New York?
Cuomo.
No, not Cuomo. The other one.
Governor
De
Meatball.
Blasio.
De Blasio. Thank you. He did an interview with De Blasio, and he shows up to his interview with his 5 or plus however many security people. They all have guns. And he asked him straight up, if you have the right to be protected by a gun, granted there by your security people, the average person doesn't have a bodyguard. So why can't they carry their own gun? And he would not say that people have a right to have a gun. He has the right to have protection by a gun, but his constituents
Not just one,
don't.
but 5.
He is
I can only shoot one gun at a
so
time.
far on
Maybe
board
2.
with completely obliterating the Second Amendment, and more Democrats and a few Republicans are on board with that.
Hey,
I would say the other. I would say there's some on both sides that maybe they were a victim of gun violence to where they are scarred for life from it, and they just are a complete pansy to a gun.
And I can completely understand that because I used to be that way.
But at the same time, you have people that are Democrats that will never sign anything that takes Second Amendment rights
They are
away.
far and few in between.
I just don't agree with that.
Because
So-
more and more of the Democrats,
There's so many of
who
them.
I can have some common ground with, more and more of the elected Democrats are turning into Marxists. The what's his bucket in Georgia? He's a full-on 100% Marxist. Both of them
Ossoff?
are. Ossoff and Warlock. They're both Marxists.
Their names aren't
And
even.
and they're
Warnock.
Warnock, whatever.
Yeah.
They're both
The Warnock guy,
Declared
he's a pretty
Marxist.
good dude, though. He's
Warnock.
he's the Reverend.
He beats his wife.
I've never heard that. He's
He
the
beats her.
Reverend.
They've suppressed it.
He's the
That's
Reverend.
another part of that whole.
He's
speak
the
freedom
Reverend
speech
of Martin Luther King's church.
No, he's not.
I didn't see it, but I
Because he
heard the
goes
audio
against
from the body
everything
cam footage
Martin
of when the
Luther
officer
teaches.
went to the house for the domestic violence call.
Warlock is more like Malcolm X.
I don't know what you've been told or what you've read, but Warnock was the pastor or the Reverend at Martin Luther King's church. I'm not exactly sure what it's called.
It's not Martin Luther King's church. No, he's not.
Yeah, I've heard it on multiple radio stations. Yes, it is.
I don't know.
Because he preaches the exact opposite of what Martin Luther King preached.
That may be right, but he is still
In fact, he
the
preaches
Reverend
that
of,
Jesus is a
or
Palestine and not
was
a
the
Jew.
Reverend at one point.
He preaches that Jesus is a Palestinian.
Is he the one that
and
said
not a
amen
Jew.
and a women?
No.
Oh, okay.
Which just shows
Oh
you
hell
how,
no.
That
which-
is fucking
That
ridiculous.
shows you how ignorant that man is towards religion.
Who?
The man who said amen and a woman.
Well, yeah, we got people in our Senate fighting for our voice that are saying shit like that.
Yeah, they're trying. They wanted
That's
to make it
ignorance.
say we're.
Fucking
Amen
can't
has
say aunt,
absolutely
uncle,
nothing
brother.
to do with gender.
They're taking gender out of everything.
But amen
Well, and
has
come on.
absolutely
I
nothing
thought
to
we were-
do-
amen, yeah.
I thought we
amen.
were over the
Amen.
fact of fucking gay people being together.
Amen.
Like, come on.
Amen comes from the Latin that means so be it. It has absolutely
Right.
nothing to do with gender.
Right.
So if you have somebody that's saying amen and a woman, that just means they are completely and
stupid.
100%
I just thought-
ignorant
Just
to
because
religion.
it's-
I just thought, dude, it's 2021, 2020 when he said it. Come on. I thought that kind of shit was over.
No, it's getting
Like, gay
worse.
people are together. Get over it. It's gonna happen. It's like saying that fucking
Everybody has a right to live
someone's
their life the
gonna
way they
come
want to
out.
live it.
Someone's gonna
Whether
come
you
out of
want
a
to or
vagina a little darker skin than another person. That's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Someone's gonna happen to come out gay.
It happens.
That ain't just some. That ain't.
Okay. The Party of Science Democrats.
It's just.
Explain to me how a party of science can say there's 100 and how many genders? What does science
Whoa, that's-
say?
that's
How
a little
many
much.
genders-
Yeah.
How many genders are there?
There's two genders. There's
Exactly.
man and a
That's
woman.
it. There's one and two.
And how do you know
Man
that?
and a woman.
How do you know
It's a
that?
binary
I
system.
mean,
It's science,
can you
right?
say
It's
there's
science,
a? Can you
right?
say there's a third because of binary?
Well,
No,
you could
no.
technically say there's a third because there are legitimate transvestites.
I was gonna say.
No,
Okay, yes.
hermaphrodite.
We'll say
Hermaphrodite.
Thank you.
Hermaphrodite.
for correcting me.
Hermaphrodite.
Okay.
Hermaphrodites that have.
You're right. You're right. You're
So
right.
technically, you could say there's three.
A transvestite is
what
technically the
tells you-
term.
But what tells you
Hermaphrodite.
that there's only two?
They're born that
technically
way.
Two genders. Science does, right? Biology is a part of science,
Mhm.
right? But the Democrat Party, who is the party of science, says there's 150. I don't know how many genders.
No, whoever
How
says
is
that's
that
completely
science?
insane. No,
Thank you.
anyone who
Thank
says
you.
that's completely insane.
Thank you. I love you.
No, there's two genders. There's a man and a woman. And even if a man wants to be a woman, I mean that's cool.
Did you hear?
That's
about the-
that's fine, but you
They
cannot get into an Olympic sport and start going and breaking women's records when you were born a man. That's bullshit.
That is bullshit.
I mean,
It's happening a
It is
lot,
happening
dude.
You're
all over
correct.
the place. Did you hear about the very first thing they did when they?
but it is
when
kind of
perform a man.
the very first thing one of the very first things that they did in the House after they were all sworn in is they passed a rule that you can no longer say mother, father,
Aunt,
brother,
uncle, brother, sister.
what did they
Yeah.
call that?
It's like
One
gender-
world,
No,
one thing.
I don't
gender
We're all just gonna be one.
classification.
whatever.
Yeah,
Anyways,
gender
but you
classification.
can't say any of that,
You-
or you'll be fined by the ethics committee.
And
So
they
how are you?
No, they invoked this rule even on like their social media accounts.
Yeah. throughout their whole lives.
How can they do that? That's just asinine. It's totally ridiculous.
Well, that's the Democrats.
It's being politically correct in their politics.
What they're doing is causing more
Hold on,
confusion.
Nate. They wanted to be in politics, so anything added to the being politically correct list, they have to abide by.
You ever heard the story of Babel? How we got all the
Isn't that how it works?
The whole world used to speak one language, and they knew how to communicate with everybody.
It's pretty much how it works, right?
They confuse the
like if
language.
they add a rule to the
it
politically
divides the
correctness.
people. You add more words or change meanings and cause all this extra confusion, and it causes more division.
Hold on.
Listen.
I want to draw a fine line.
Let's talk about this.
I don't want to.
I like this division.
Hold on. I don't want to draw. I want to draw a fine line here because I don't want to piss off anybody who's binary or this in between or one of these 150 genders. You do you.
Boo boo.
You just don't affect me.
Right.
If I call
Don't have
you,
to put it
if
on me.
I call you ma'am or sir, and you give me a dirty look, turn around and tell me your name. Don't fucking shame me and tell me what I'm supposed to call you.
Just make the correction, and then it can be over.
Exactly. Don't give me a classification that I'm supposed to label you as what. Tell me your fucking name. Done. Over.
No more pronouns. Preferred
Done.
Pronouns.
Give me your fucking name.
Right.
Tell me your name.
And I agree. I'm simply trying to point out the hypocrisy of the whole science thing.
You're
But-
so right though.
but-
There's no need
at
to
the
point it
same
out. It is
time-
so blatantly
at the same
obvious.
Time, if somebody wants to be transgender or change their sex or whatever,
Yeah.
you do you, honey.
You
I
do
don't
you,
care.
boo.
I don't care.
Yeah.
There's no
Because
science behind it. It's a
The only thing
trend.
that I
You
am
do you,
accountable
boo.
for is myself, and I will live towards my beliefs, and you live towards your beliefs.
Devin, say that again.
I said it's not. Oh fuck.
No, say the last part then. It's just a trend.
Oh yeah, it's just a trend.
It's a fad.
Yeah.
You gotta understand that we are
It's
gonna
just a
go
trend.
through.
Yeah, but they're going to use this fad as fodder for them to
Nate,
manipulate the
Nate,
rules as they see fit.
all we have to do to
Did you
weave
know-
our way and distribute our way through the corn maze is just play along. When some gay fuck comes up to you and says, "You're supposed to fucking treat me like this,"
That
play
has
along.
never, ever happened to me.
I'm just saying, play along.
I don't
You
think-
only live once.
I am going-
YOLO.
I am
Yeah.
going
Have
to
a good time with it.
Yeah.
I'm going
I
to
don't-
treat everybody how I
You
would like to
guys-
be
I will treat everybody with respect. Exactly. Do unto other as you would have done to you.
And
I'm happy
and I
to be
say
respectful.
that, and if when you give them that yuppity kind of smart ass vibe back, like yes, fuck yeah, and they turn on you and turn dark and start cussing you out, like, well, fuck you. That's when you're allowed to be an asshole.
Okay.
Can I just say,
Give
for
him
the
an
record,
opportunity.
how much I appreciate that even though we disagree on things, we can actually have like civil conversation and not just turn and be like, oh, well, you're racist or you're a bigot or
And we
you're
get to
blah,
be
blah,
friends.
blah.
This
We will
room,
hug goodnight when we leave.
this is a room of serenity.
I love
Serenity
that we can just be friends and agree to disagree, but at the same time have good, in-depth, thought-provoking conversation about it.
Okay, I wanna make a statement right now, and I know it's gonna just be super backlashed by all three of you.
Hang on, let me get my Indiana Jones whip out. Here we go.
Here we go. Okay, so Cuomo said this the other night on CNN.
Oh my god.
He said, in quote, Trump supporters want to overthrow the government.
No, that is
Um,
false.
who doesn't want to overthrow the government?
Yeah, I was like, well,
No,
Like-
I think.
Hey, I'm not
Trump
that pissed
supporters
off.
So,
want
no,
the
no, no, no.
government
So-
to hear their voice and actually
Yes,
represent them.
because
Right.
it's supposed to be
That-
government by
That's
the
not
people
what is
for the
happening.
people.
Hold on.
That's what.
It's a representative
Stop.
government.
One at a time. Holy shit. Woo!
This
Trump,
is great,
go
guys.
ahead.
No, Tony
No, there you
first.
go.
We'll go around.
Trump supporters, in my opinion,
You should
as
see the bars
myself,
on that as far as noise. Holy shit.
Trump supporters just want their voices to be heard and want their representatives that they duly elect to represent their concerns or what they want the government to do. And that is not happening right now. It hasn't been happening for
4 years.
decades.
Decades.
The
Years.
you know, on both sides, Republicans
Mm-hmm.
and Democrats get so they're more concerned
Wrapped
about
up
getting
on one
reelected
side.
and their own
It
interests
just becomes
than they are of the interests of their people. And
It's
we've
like
gotten
watching
to a
football.
point where we are not
Pick a
being
team.
heard and we're fed up with it. And when Trump came along, we all were like, yes, this guy gets it. He understands me. He's listening to me. And pretty much throughout his entire presidency, he has represented the people as he's heard them.
We want to run
We
our
can agree to
businesses by
disagree on that.
ourselves. We want to take care of ourselves. We don't need the government to do it for us.
Yo, you're
Sorry,
going
guys.
now.
No,
Go.
no,
You're
no.
going now.
No,
Okay,
let's
your
go.
turn.
So,
Roll with it.
Trump supporters want to overthrow the government.
I don't know. I think there may be some out there. I personally, as a Trump supporter, I don't want to overthrow the government, but I want the government to
Work
not,
for you.
Yeah, work for me. But you know, they defend the border or something. How do I want to?
Be honest.
I'm trying to, but I got too excited.
Don't be politically correct. Just be honest.
This is about to be great.
Small government.
Small government.
You need to.
I
like
want
that.
the amount of
Your personal beliefs.
there is so much focus on the government. It's like this is the only thing we talk about and hear about.
It's become a religion.
Yeah, why can't we just live our lives and just enjoy peaceful friendship and community and just do what we want to do? And we're not going crazy. Just,
the actual Make America Great.
Yeah, we can all get along. There is more than enough for everybody here. So just
Can you agree, Blake, can you agree with the phrase, make America great again?
I think everyone has their own version of that.
But do you think saying make America great again is racist or, bigoted?
The
or-
slogan
Can I go
itself?
back? I know what I want to
Yeah.
say now.
The slogan
don't-
itself, I think, is incorrect because when can you say America was great? I mean, America's always had flaws.
Well, yeah.
I don't want the government to be overthrown.
We've
but
never
there
been
is
perfect.
A massive amount of corruption that has caused us to have to pay more taxes. They're drawing more out and spending all this money, and the debt goes up.
I
and
really
they put
think-
it on
I like
us.
that.
It's
Hold on,
our
hold on.
responsibility
I
to pay off
wanna-
their bills.
I just want to
I
add
like
more
that.
to
I like
that.
I
to
like
what
that question. When has America really been great?
I just want to add more to that. If we really want to go back in history and look at times and periods where you can say America was fucking killing it in this time, but was it really because it had segregation was fucking not doing good?
Or you
There
had
was
a-
times where we were in terrible economical terms.
Okay, when you put it that way, I can say we've pretty much been at war the entire time. Maybe with
Yeah.
not some sort of like other physical body, like we're going to war with
So
France and
so
in the
right. So
1800s,
that brings
but
back the
but
point.
it's like
I'm
right
just
now
saying-
we're at war
I
with
just-
coronavirus.
I'm
And
just saying
A couple
the-
years ago we were at war with terrorism. We're always in a state of war
I'm
because
just saying.
war is the most profitable thing. It
I'm-
comes back to money.
I'm
follow
just
money.
saying
What makes more money
that
than war?
Make America Great Again is kind of asinine to say that America was great in the first place when we've
However,
always had
so-
famine.
right. How?
I
So
would disagree with that.
I wouldn't say
I wouldn't say
Famine.
famine, but we've had
so.
There's waves.
levels.
So
Levels.
I can see that we haven't really had a true great America. But
I would disagree with that too, but go ahead.
What if we're at the bottom of the dark times and we think we're at the top?
Yeah, we
It's
think
just-
we think we have it rough,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden shit
Oh,
gets
no.
real bad.
things are, no, we have things things are great right now.
Oh, I know.
But
Or is it an illusion?
It's not.
I think there's a possibility.
Okay.
Just the simple fact that I can sit
So-
outside for fucking 5 hours. Of
What
my
if
Saturday
all four of us
morning.
are
Hold on.
brainwashed?
So-
we don't even
hold on.
know it.
we are.
How do you know if you're brainwashed?
Whoa,
Everyone's
we're
been
getting into some
brainwashed.
epic conspiracy
Anyways,
now.
so I need to. I'm gonna jump back to my original
I get a
comment that I was gonna make.
We got back, Jason.
It wasn't until the storming of the Capitol for Republicans, in my eyes, it wasn't that I saw, anyways, that Republicans were finally like, you know what, yes, we need to do something about the government.
Maybe
And-
like enough's enough, and
Like,
they want to
enough's-
do something,
like,
but they
enough's
don't know
enough.
what else to do, and it's like the animal backed into a cage. They're
Right.
going to get violent and
Right.
lash out.
So the country got a glimpse of it. Everyone was on the same side. But because of there's so much divinity and division, wow, divinity.
The divine God.
The divine. There's so much divisiveness that we don't see that clearer picture.
And we're playing right along in the way that
and
we're
it's
supposed to.
it's just falling
Thinking
right
that
into
we're
right
the ones that are clear
I hate
headed.
the government. No, I hate the government.
Yeah.
So let's shoot each other.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
And that's exactly what they wanted the whole time.
And that's exactly.
Yes.
So that was my original. So we have the glimpse of it.
I remember having a
Now
brief conversation
the
with my-
question is, are we gonna be those krillfish and overthrow the
Eating the
government
shark?
and eat the shark?
That
Tell you what, if they keep pushing the
that
buttons
comes
the way
for
they are,
full circle. We never talked to you.
I just
Trump
finished-
supporters
Oh,
want to
yeah.
overthrow the government. Devin, what do you think?
Krill got it.
Oh, I never did talk about.
Majority of Trump supporters.
You son of a bitch!
Oh, guys, we got the broom for our mess.
It's only been 2 hours.
It's all right.
Yeah, only.
It's all right.
Moving on.
Dude,
Trump
majority of Trump supporters.
Dude, a majority of
Want
Trump
to
supporters want to overthrow the government. I want to say a majority of the Trump supporters are blinded by the QAnon conspiracy of...
I second that wholeheartedly.
Can we talk a little bit more about QAnon?
I don't even know what that is.
Tony is unfamiliar. Perhaps there is a listener or two that is unfamiliar. When was the last time Q had to say
hold
anything
on.
to
Can
say?
we come back to that?
Oh,
because
there-
I want you to
all the
finish your
time.
point.
Babe, turn that down. That's so loud.
That was loud. Wow.
Goddamn flamethrower.
Jet taking off?
Blinded by the QAnon conspiracy.
QAnon is a conspiracy that all the Democratic Party and all of its main constituents are involved in some satanic cult that eats children and is also
Are you
is
serious?
also involved with Hollywood stars as far as Tom Hanks and
it goes...
Well, that's Pizzagate,
Ellen-
not
Ellen-
QAnon.
Oh,
You're
it's
missing your
no,
conspiracy.
QAnon, it's all fucking linked
QAnon,
together,
like,
buddy.
QAnon like links it all and like tries
Hillary
to debunk
Clinton's
it all.
involved with Pizzagate. Obama's involved with Pizzagate, and then it also links into this all satanic group, and it also links into Illuminati.
Oh, Illuminati always pops up.
Yeah, so there's
Sure.
I don't know
QAnon.
how much religion and Satanism and all that stuff has to do with it. I think it has to do with greed.
Hold on, I want to make a shout out real quick to any of our listeners who believe in QAnon. We would love to have you on this show.
I
Me
need
and
more
Devin will
information. I
never.
need to understand
Me and Devin
QAnon
will
better.
never make anybody feel uncomfortable. So come on the show. We will give you your time to explain your philosophy.
How do they get a hold of
Please do. I would like.
You get a hold of us at our YouTube page. You get a hold of us at our Facebook group page, Slightly Off Topic Podcast. Instagram, Slightly Off Topic Podcast. Twitter, Slightly Off Topic Podcast. Find us. You'll do it.
Wait, was that
Make it
slightly
happen?
off topic?
Okay, so anyways, going back to QAnon, whatever. I've heard of it numerous times, but I've never really understood exactly what it is.
So
I don't think
watch Fall of Cabal.
Messages that just pop up
I
in
don't
random
know
places.
if it has anything to do
You-
with Saint.
Do
Satanism
you
or
have
whatever, but I
time?
think
Do you
it
have
definitely
time
has
to
do-
listen to about an hour and a half, 2 hour
oh no,
something?
Yeah.
Part 1 and part 2 is like 3 hours.
No, I listened to Fall of Cabal in one day, and it was only like 2 hours.
I listen to the radio all day while I'm
Yes,
working.
listen
I
to
work by
Fall of
myself,
Cabal. There's
so-
about
Fall of
10
Cabal.
parts or something like
Okay,
that.
well,
It's
text me the
long.
link and I'll listen to it. But anyways,
Okay.
I think it has more to
All of
do
our
with
listeners, check out
demo-
Fall of Cabal.
I think it has more to do with greed of power and money than anything else. Whether it has to do with Satanism and the whole Democratic Party is involved in it, I don't know. I don't really care. I think it has more to do with power and money.
What is
Anyways,
it that
finish
So-
your point.
So, Trump supporters overthrowing the government. Part of them, I think, are blinded by the QAnon conspiracy. Trump is the almighty. He's going to save us. I also see a lot of the Trump supporters as he is the balance of the force.
Question. Do you... How do I word this? Do you think that this comes... Some of these supporters more think of it as like this is their time to shine? They want to be...
What, like 15 minutes of fame or something?
I wouldn't,
No,
I
they
wouldn't-
want to start the Civil War.
No, I wouldn't.
They want to be a part of it.
I wouldn't say that at all because
I think majority of them are peaceful.
absolutely, I think a lot of them are peaceful, and it's just more of the
We just want
sick
to
and
hurt.
tired of my rights being infringed. So now it's time for me to speak up.
I can say there might be a few. 'cause
Now
I-
there are the few that may take it that extra step,
Absolutely.
which
But
to that
it's-
extreme.
But
They
there's
want
always
the
extremes.
There's
That's
always
a
an
very
extreme.
small percentage.
There's always that extreme, but as you can tell between Republicans and Democrats extremes, the Republicans stormed the Capitol. What damage was done? There was stuff stolen.
There was some
Windows were
pictures
broken.
taken.
And windows.
Pictures were
Windows
taken.
and shit
Windows were
vandalized.
there, right, but the building wasn't set on fire.
No.
You look at
Wasn't
all
a
the
guy
B-
wearing a Viking hat?
you look at all of the BLM protests. Not all of them, like you had said, 43% of
The
them were
riots,
peaceful.
All the riots.
The riots
Yeah.
burned down precincts, burned down government buildings.
Burned
which-
We
down-
can just call them
burned down
non-peaceful
small
protests.
the
businesses.
non-peaceful protests.
And they burned down small businesses and looted small
Right,
businesses.
family businesses.
Police
Owned by-
stations.
and a lot
That's-
of them
that's what I said,
owned by
precincts.
majorities and
Hundreds
Hispanics
of
and
Yeah.
blacks.
thousands
Barbers,
of dollars of damage.
salons, and
And
So they were hurting the very people that they claimed to support.
yep.
And all the while taking millions of dollars, and instead of taking those millions of dollars and giving it back to the businesses of minorities, where do they put that? Give that
I
money?
can also
They
make
gave
the
all
argument
of that money
though.
to the Democrat Party.
I can also
All of it,
make the
100%.
argument though that it could have been just extremists there to flame the fire.
Yes!
yeah.
They work for both sides. They work for the
because
government
we
machine.
all
the
know-
military industrial
Yes,
complex.
we
Yeah.
all know that people are literally insurgents in these fucking protests that are supposed to be peaceful and completely planned to be peaceful, that are sent there to wreak havoc and go in their path to wreak havoc. Find as many people who will jump on board with them
do you
to
think
do so.
some of those people were paid
Oh, absolutely.
to do that?
In every protest there is. I think you're on the right path to say Antifa was there too.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I also think that when Trump said in Georgia, I need you guys to march on the Capitol on January 6th, I think a lot of people took that as an invitation for something that Trump did not intend.
That's not what I heard at all. In fact,
You're right. He did not intend for that to happen.
No. People definitely
He did
took
not
that out
intend
of
for that to
context.
happen. They took it out of context.
And took it
Go
as
to the Capitol and protest.
Took
Show them your voice.
They
No,
took it
it's
as
true.
an invite. They
Trump
took it
is
as
not
an
As an
always
invite
invite
the
to
most-
actually storm the Capitol.
to
No.
fucking
Sharp with
act
his
like an
words,
asshole.
because he's not politically correct in his
Right.
speech, so it can be miscued here or there, and it's definitely a possibility. But
I see Trump as pretty much.
See,
the
and don't you
ultimate-
think that kind of feeds into how media kind of, I don't want to say gullible, but I do. Like the gullible journalists, don't you see how they can immediately turn around and write a story and be like, well, he did this and he did that.
mm-hmm.
But then, like, the people who have watched this for fucking 20 years in politics are just like, well,
same old
he
shit.
didn't mean to do that. I can guarantee you, because of the way he said it, he wasn't meaning to incite a fucking mob.
Anybody
is.
that knows Trump and has been following and supporting Trump knew what he meant, and what he meant was, let's make our voices
But
heard.
it's been literally 4 years of politically correctness of what he says and how people take things
Well, yeah,
out of
every
context
single
of what he
turn.
says.
Trump has done nothing right, according to some, and regardless of what he says or how he says it, they're going to pick him apart at every turn because it just made him so mad that he got in there because it wasn't one of
I think
the
all four of us.
political types.
I
It
think
wasn't
all
a
four of us
Republican-
in this room can say that if we had the ultimate choice, we wouldn't have had either Trump or Hillary in the 2016 election.
Oh, fuck no.
Absolutely, yes.
But at the same
No,
time...
I was all for Trump. I wanted Trump
Hold
to
on.
run 4 years before that.
Hold on, can I make a point real quick?
Because
Yeah.
he's a businessman. Go ahead.
At the same time, I feel like it had a lot to do with no one fucking cared about politics because Obama kind of ruled shit and set shit up so whoever got it, they were kind of fucked if they did and fucked if they didn't. If Hillary got it, it was just...
No, he's itching to say something.
It was just a 4-year, 8-year thing of more Obama. And then if whatever Republican came into office, it was one of those things where everyone thought it was going to go straight back to what Bush did.
We as a collective have fed into it is only a two-party system.
Mm-hmm. You've been
How
led
many
down
times
to pick a path.
has there been more than one presidential elect on that ballot that you could vote for?
Lots.
We only see the Democratic and the Republican nominee because those are the only two that we ever see. Those are the only two ever advertised.
Wait,
They're the ones
so are
that
you
get to
saying it's a
debate.
binary system?
They're the ones that get
I
to
could have
debate.
voted for Joe. She was on my ballot.
We
You
as a
could've voted
collective,
for Kanye West,
we as a
too.
collective don't open our minds enough to do the research into these other individuals who could be.
And it always boils down to the lesser of two evils. Why can't we get a good one in here? Why?
How
The
long?
government will never let you
I
do
did
that.
not vote for Trump because I thought he was the lesser of two evils. I voted for Trump because he wasn't
And
a
I agree,
politician.
but most of the time, and that's how it works.
He's a businessman and he would turn this country and run this country like a business, which is the way it needs to be run.
And I appreciate that because since he took over my business,
everything, creating problems and then throwing money at it, and it doesn't fix anything. Because you can't throw money at a problem and fix it.
No.
It doesn't work.
No, it
But
doesn't.
that's what the government does.
See,
You
I
need a
I
reform.
wanted a guy like Pete Buttigieg that was a fucking super foreign adversary, was a military man, was young in politics, was willing to learn and have some humility.
Well, he's got plenty of time.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Maybe next
He-
term.
By the way, he did lie about his military service, just to let you know.
What-
I have heard
what
it's
about
not
that?
quite cracked up to what
He
it was.
was not. He was in the military, but he was a paper pusher. He didn't do anything.
Then how does he have pictures of him in Afghanistan in full
What?
uniform
Because-
talking to
Or did
people?
that-
Because as paper pushers, when a role needs to get filled, you get pushed into that role. If we need that extra guy on patrol and you don't know shit, guess what? You better fucking figure your shit out in the next 30 minutes because we're leaving in 30 minutes, homeboy.
He did not have.
I just think
He
that's a
did-
lot. I think that's a lot of.
He did not have the military experience that he led people to believe he did. He lied about it.
I've never been on. I've never been told by anything he's ever told me that he was a grunt or had
I'm not saying that.
had
I'm
action.
I'm saying
And
that
regardless whether he was a paper pusher or not, he's still in the military, and he was still a foreign adversary, and he still speaks 8 different languages, and was still talking to foreign people, and was a what do you call it, translator. I mean,
Yeah,
the
but
guy
he was the mayor of a town that hated him because he did such a horrible job.
I
If he
have heard
can't-
total opposite.
If he can't do a good job as mayor in his town, how the hell is he going to run a country? He was hated as mayor.
See, I didn't hear.
Well,
I've heard the
people.
opposite. I've heard.
Let's talk about our mayor and governor then.
I've heard he's done great. I've heard as far as the research I've done, I've heard Pete Buttigieg has done fantastic things.
And I'm not going to put it past him. I would not doubt him.
But it's not hard to piss the media off and
It's
have
not
them
hard to piss the media off.
and have them write something bad about you.
What if the media hears about this and here's what we say?
Fuck me.
We are
The
gonna
media's
be-
gonna be like, "Hey, I want to air your podcast
Let's do
on
it."
my," and I'm gonna be like, "Dude, please do that."
Who would you want airing your
Anyways.
podcast, Blake? Who would be at top shelf?
Can I?
Fox News, OAN, or Newsmax for sure because
Yeah, fuck
because
yeah.
CNN and that shit's gonna tear us apart with facts and shit.
With facts.
The other ones are just gonna put us on and be like, "Look what these crazy fuckers said."
You're not wrong.
No, I swear to God, dude.
Can I go
You're
back
not
to real quick the whole "Make America Great" thing and what it actually means, and if America was ever great? And I think that statement gets skewed by personal experience.
By personal experience, yes.
But if you actually look at history and look at what we've done, there have been ups and downs in all areas,
comes
in
in
all
waves.
there in all aspects of our life or of our country. We've done good things, we've done bad things, but that's not what America is. That's
You're right.
what the people of America at that time did.
You're right.
And that's a big difference. The idea of
It's
America,
kind of what you scale great
the
at.
idea,
So
but the
more than-
idea of America and when America was great was at the times where we had the most freedom.
But it's also
We had
what
the
is
ability-
great.
What's great is what's great. and
What do
the
we-
Like,
best
what does
thing-
that mean to
The
you?
best thing about America and what makes America great is the freedom to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. The
But that-
opportunities.
don't you
hold
think
on,
that'll
hold on.
As
never
long
get
as you're making a
opportunities-
career making money.
the
Why can't we
opportunities
just
that
go-
But
we
don't you
have-
think that'll never get skewed?
What do you mean skewed?
Like, we have a Bill of Rights, we have Constitution, we have...
Right, but the government has implemented so many regulations and red tape that it makes it really hard for your average American to start a business, or it's really easy to. What we were
But that's
talking about
why we
before.
have term limits for everyone but the fucking people that really suck.
We have term limits for the
I was going to say, you sounded very enthused about that one. Keep going,
There's
homie.
no term limits for senators and congressmen, and that.
No, but there's
definitely
term
changed.
limits for all the people that make state decisions.
Not all of them.
Absolutely.
No.
Yes.
it's not. No.
Even
not
the governor
the
has
governor does.
the
but
governor
not all
has-
states.
Wrong.
no, the governor has the longest term, which is 8 years, isn't it? Something stupid like that.
President can
Everyone
go for 8 years.
under as
No.
a state official has term limits. Unless you're like a secretary of the state or of the governor, you could be 100 and he could hire you.
Yeah, but anyway, what was I talking about?
I'm
Well, how
sorry.
did we
That's
get on
age
this?
limit.
I'm just saying as far as like
Yes.
like to bring new people into government
But nobody
at a
knew.
state level to make the state decisions
Now you're talking about experience.
is pretty easy.
No. I
To
disagree.
overthrow a state
Because it's
official
all
is
the
fairly
same-
easy.
No, because it's always all the same people. First you're a commissioner, and then you're a mayor,
all about
and
education.
Then you're a governor, and then you're like the same person. Yeah, they might have different roles in the government, and the other might be term limits. But once they're done being governor, then they'll just be a senator.
Is there a shadow government
know?
that you have to be grandfathered into?
It's all the
No.
same people over and
think so.
over and over again.
No, you
The-
can
the
run for a state
commissioners-
official right
The
now.
commissioners in Elbert County have been the commissioners in Elbert County for how long? 20 years?
A long fucking time.
And they're shit, and they're corrupt, and they're Republicans, by the way.
Yeah, we could all run for.
I would like us
county
to
gov.
all get more serious about local government because the superintendent.
Wouldn't that be fucking
Elbert
crazy
County
if all of a sudden
fucking
Tony
bullshit?
was like
That's why I took my daughter out of
Elbert County
school.
commissioner, fucking Nate was like Elbert County
Okay, so let's
treasurer,
all invest
and
No,
then
no,
I was
Tony can be treasurer.
become
I'll do
rich,
road and
and then
bridge.
we'll be able to control Elbert County, right?
No, I'm
Okay.
just saying, think about how crazy it would be if, like, 3 of us in this room out of the 4 of us were state
I
officials.
would absolutely love to
Yeah.
put my hat in the pot to head up Road and Bridge
But
because
anyways.
I am so fucking frustrated with road maintenance out here. Something's got to change. I will say
That
the guy
statement
that's
right
doing
there
it
is
right
not
now-
going to get you hired. They're going to be like,
Oh.
oh, he's pissed.
You said.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the
We
guy
ain't
that I've been
hiring
bugging on the phone,
him.
the guy that I've been bugging on the phone that I have not been able to talk to before, but apparently I've been bugging him enough. I was talking to him.
Clearly not if you haven't talked to him.
No, well, no, I'm
Kinda. He said
getting into it.
kinda.
I'm calling him more and more. And the secretary would always get mad at me, and I would get mad at her. I'm like, let me talk to your boss. So finally, I get to start talking to this Ken guy. And once I started talking to
fucking
him,
Ken.
I don't know his last name, but
Nick
he's
Ken.
got
Carl.
some shit done for me. He has. I've made complaints about the roads and said, hey, something has got to change. This is out of control. We need to do something different. And we talked for a while. We had some good arguments. And I said, what can I do to help you? And we talked about stuff. And, I mean, it wasn't a week later than that. Trucks came out and they put new road base down on Kiowa Creek, which was my biggest complaint.
Bitch about, we need to get Comanche Creek paved.
They're working their way around.
There's
What-
starting-
Hey,
from
you
what I
laugh,
heard,
but
starting
I
to-
think we're
It
on
needs
a
it
good
bad.
path. We're on a path to get Comanche Creek paved.
Yeah.
But
Keep making phone calls. Call once a week.
Back
When
to
you
the
think
word-
it gets too rough and you want it great, you call Road and Bridge once a week and say, hey, it's getting a little out of control. You need to get a grader out here. Keep
Well,
bugging them, and they'll
bitches-
start doing it.
Everyone bitches about how the speed limit's 40 on Comanche Creek, and now everyone speeds on it. It's like, well, if it was paved, it wouldn't be 40, it would be 50, and
Okay,
everyone
so-
wouldn't fucking speed.
That was one of the things I talked about with the guy at Road and Bridge. He said the nicer they make the dirt road, the faster people will go, and the faster you go on dirt, the faster it tears it up. That's where all the washboard comes from. Is from people going real fast, and they get these
Anyway,
harmonics going into the
That's
road.
for me.
anyways, back to the word again in America. Make great,
Again.
America great again. There was a time in our history where we literally had all the freedom in the world to choose how we wanted to live, what we wanted to do, and our freedoms are greatly restricted now.
Not wrong.
than
But
It
it's
was
they
brief.
were-
It was 1999.
From
Time
when
out.
they were-
I have.
Don't let me finish my point.
I just.
From when they were back at a time where there wasn't as much regulation and restriction
gonna
and stuff like that.
But you
And
run into
that's
bad
what made
things.
America great means is to be able to go back to where we have those freedoms.
To
Yes,
make
there
your
was
choices.
a time.
Less restrictions
Earn
mean
as much as you want.
these restrictions and laws aren't there for no reason. They're to protect things because people have had experiences
They're
that
pro-
make laws arise
explain
because
to me-
someone
of
got
crooked
Explain
people.
to me why
yes
you need a
because
license.
someone got completely
Explain
fucked
to me why you need a license to cut hair.
because someone got really
Because somebody cut
fucked
somebody's
along
ear
the
off
way.
one
That's
time.
ridiculous.
Well, and makes
but
it
he's
hard to-
right. But he's
That's
right.
why there's a warning label on a bottle of hemorrhoid
But he's
cream
right.
that says "Do not eat."
Someone got
Because some
sued.
dumbass out there
Someone
Blake.
lost their ass.
and when sued somebody.
So Blake.
I get it. No,
Let
I
me-
love it. I get it. I want this to go back to a zombie apocalypse
let me-
time where we are growing our corn, raising our own cattle, and eating them out of our backyard. And don't fuck with anyone out of 100-mile radius.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Don't even have cars. I wouldn't even
I'm
fucking
okay with that.
care.
If I didn't have to go fucking well
I'm
every day,
okay with
I can
that.
stay
it
home
doesn't
and
have anything to do
But
with
we're
it means-
not at that
But it
point.
doesn't have
We are
anything
at
to do with the technology. It doesn't have to
But
do.
it does.
No, it doesn't.
it
What-
all. It's
what the-
saving someone's
The
ass.
original meaning of "Make America Great Again" just means let's go back to the original meaning of the Constitution.
I
and the
love
Bill
that
of
thought.
Rights. That's what it means.
I love that
and it's
thought.
because I
too-
just kind of
it's
thought that
been-
bummed me out.
It's been way
But
too
I don't
picked
think it's
apart
possible.
because it. But here's the thing: the Constitution and the Bill of Rights were written so that as time goes by, we have the opportunity to become a more perfect republic. We're never going to get there. We've never been there. But the Constitution...
Bullshit.
But not everybody wants to work that hard.
I think
but
we
that's
have.
what the Constitution and the Bill of Rights was written
Hold
to
on.
give us the opportunity to try to continue to become
I think
a
for
more
the last.
perfect
I
republic.
think for the last 150, 200 years, we have established the standard of every other country. Everyone else looks at America as like that's what standard is. That's what everyone needs to be at a normal, substantial, being sustainable environment.
Mhm.
America is the role model, and that's a norm. I'm not saying
But
I'm not.
be a role model right now.
We've been that for 150, 200 years, is what I'm
Because
saying.
I think we're a laughing stock right now.
A little wild.
Hold on. We'll get to that in a second because I can almost agree with them. Shit is kind of fucking ridiculous right now, and we can all agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
But the last 150 to 200 years, we have literally set the standard of what a normal, fully functional society is supposed to look like. We made that standard.
But who decided that? Who says that's standard?
But hold
Who says
on,
that's the
hold
best
on,
way?
hold on. We made that standard
What
in
if the
1800
Africans
to
in
1850.
the jungle that to this day are still just wearing their little loincloth and they got their sticks and they live in tents or little huts and they're
Hey, don't talk about my boys
perfectly
like that.
content. They're so happy.
Why?
But that's
because
just
there's
it.
a big government that rules
It's
over them.
simple.
Exactly. They
It's
just get to live their
simple.
lives. They don't have to have a job. All they have to do is live. They can farm a
is
little
why
bit. They
I
can make
believe-
their food.
Okay.
That's why I believe in
Let's run around the room real quick.
Small government.
How
Not big
bad-
government, small government.
Choose right now. If you had one choice to start it all over and grow up in a tribe that you get to grow your whole life living stress-free and not without the complications, or you live in today's life. Ready, go.
Tribe, sign me up.
Today's life.
What?
Tony, go.
Are you kidding me?
Tony,
You
go.
have to even think about that.
Faster. Come on.
I mean,
There's pros and cons of
there's
both.
pros and cons.
No, you
to
have
both.
to guys right now.
Guys,
Go.
You have to
ignorance
pick right
is
now.
bliss. It's so simple.
Nate, hold on. You have to pick right now. Go.
Tribe.
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 Okay.
I want the simplicity. I want the no stress.
Yeah,
I want
all
the-
this garbage.
I want
the fucking cell phones.
I want
and the
literally
trucks
this
and
technically.
is this what we're doing right now?
Hold on.
Listen.
I want
Just hands
technically-
around the fire.
Hold on.
Listen.
Hold on. Time out.
Listen, Linda.
I want technically my cousin that's not technically
So-
my cousin to be the one that has to marry me and I have to have kids with because that's what the tribe entails.
Not all tribes make you marry your
Okay.
cousin.
I'm just saying that a small tribe.
It's a really small tribe, guys.
It's a really small tribe. Okay. Continue. You were the only one that picked out
you're
it.
modern day, huh?
Because I'm on that path now, trying to find that stress-free.
It's totally
peaceful-
contradicted than what we just.
Right.
My depressing thought.
So that's what I'm trying to find, the whole stress-free, peaceful kind of aspect.
You're not gonna find it with
Wait.
money, bud.
Whoever said it was with money.
John,
Hold
you
on.
gotta work hard. You're right.
Hold on.
I jumped the
Ever
gun. Sorry.
said it was with
Okay,
money,
okay,
my
okay,
homeboy.
go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupted.
I was saying within my personal self, my own being, because I am myself.
I'm holding back so bad right now to contradict. I just want to hear what he says.
That now I get it, because it's a stress-free life.
I mean, the tribe
But-
life.
You do
would
probably
be
have to
a lot
worry about
less-
tigers
Yes.
once in a while.
but it would be a
Which is
lot
gonna be
less
scary.
stress-free.
Yes.
Yeah, but-
however, because I'm trying to become more, you guys are gonna think I'm fucking crazy. I'm trying to become more spiritual and
Hey,
more
that's
enlightened,
okay. Yeah.
and more enlightened with
A
myself,
next level of consciousness.
and more yes,
Yes.
a next level of consciousness, right?
I want
Yeah.
to know more.
How are you
I have a
gonna
question.
have that next level of enlightenment if you are already living a stress-free life? You need to
But
go.
what if all this is so much of a distraction? You're missing out on that next level, and you don't even know.
And that's why I'm on it now.
You are?
Yes.
I mean, there's so many levels though to this because at the
Exactly.
same
How
time,
do you
you
know
hold
what
on,
level of
hold on. You're
consciousness
judging.
you're at?
You
Hold on,
never
Nate.
know.
Way
Nate,
off
you
topic.
never
Hold
know.
on, guys. Nate, you're judging
Yes.
this. You're judging this off of your life, as your life being fairly good right now.
Suppose.
Imagine basing this off
But I'm
of someone a better life than yours or a complete shit life, like anal bead.
So you mean not by choice?
No, like, like,
I didn't see that. That was a
like
curveball.
that kind of
That
life,
caught me off guard.
like an anal bead life. Like you get inserted and unserted out of someone's asshole.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just
you're
saying.
You're needing money back. It comes
Sorry,
back
I'm
to
sorry.
money.
If we're gonna judge it off that kind of life,
The only reason I would have if you need
it's
money
hard
is
to
that.
say and judge to say, okay, the tribe life makes sense or the new modern day makes life, because new modern day life,
Kind of pretty popular right
you
now.
kind of no, you have to have a damn good head on your shoulders and a fairly good mindset to be anywhere near fucking successful now.
Not in America, all you have to do is walk through the gates.
That is not fucking true,
Oh, yes it is!
dude.
Come on over.
Hold on,
Everything's free.
Wait a
I-
second. How do you define success?
Nate. Hold on.
How do you define success?
Who set the bar?
No, the thing on top of your
How
shoulders.
do you define
No,
success?
the thing on top of your fucking shoulders. That thing between your fucking ears. That's how you define success.
Then
Your
I'm
brain?
brainwashed.
Yes.
I am brainwashed along with the rest
You
of them.
depict-
And that's why I want to
and
go
I'm
to the
not
tribe. Because to
you're-
me, my success
Hold on,
is
you depict-
build a bigger business, make
And-
more money, have a cooler truck, spend more money.
I-
That's the root of all evil. It all follows the money. It
do-
boils right back to the problem.
I do need to explain myself. I understand. So that thing between your ears is not how smart you are. That's not what I'm saying.
You're
I'm-
thinking more third eye.
It's that thing that you grew up with. The things you saw. growing up. It's the things you learned growing up that other people didn't notice, being observative. It's that special person, like I feel like all four of us are that kind of person that noticed things that normal people didn't notice growing up, and it made us who we are.
Like critical thinking?
Like more of a, like, we're gonna, if you want to put this into like a spider effect, it has like a critical thinking, common knowledge. It has a common sense factor. It has observation factor of things that you didn't really expect to learn, but you learned it off of just your eyes.
Subconscious.
You saw it. Yes, it's more of a thing.
The subconscious learning.
Yes. Certain people have that ability.
We all have that ability.
No, certain people have that ability.
No, we all have that ability. We just all
Some
can't.
people choose not to use it.
That's more of why.
That's where I was
certain
getting
people,
to.
Certain people.
We all have
that
the ability. Just some of us don't tap into it.
Certain people have
somebody
that
else will do
ability.
it.
Yeah.
It's lazy.
Because I wouldn't say
Because
it's
of
lazy.
brainwash.
I
wouldn't
want
say
to be
it's
lazy so bad. Guys, I want to do nothing more than not work. I want to just do this kind of shit, hang out and have these kind of, and drink
Bullshit. Bullshit.
What?
Bullshit.
I call bullshit.
Why?
Too.
The fucking thing between those two ears right there is not gonna let that body be lazy. As much as you
Okay,
think,
so
that would be cool.
So-
I want to be lazy.
You know what I
your
would
brain's gonna hit you about half an hour into being lazy
I
and be
would
like,
go out
"Get your
and chop
fucking
wood."
ass up, go make a sandwich,
Let's
go,
go-
build something,
go
get your
fix-
fucking
work
dude,
on the truck.
go fishing, go hunting. What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay,
Same
well,
thing with all of
all
us
right.
in this room. We have that ADHD, that bipolar, where shit can switch just like that, and it's like,
wouldn't
I can't
necessarily
just sit
say
here and
that.
do
We
this.
just all have motivation.
There's drive there.
Well,
Motivation
I'm
and
just
drive.
motivation
Right.
these days is called ADHD and bipolar.
Hey, where does that drive come from?
Psychologically.
Where does that come from? What causes that?
What do you mean?
What makes you want to do that? What is that? How does that happen?
Genetics.
Genetics?
Yeah, your parents were the same way, is what that says.
But where did that come from?
Because you gotta understand that there are those people who are complete fucking retards. And I don't say that as like an actual slow person, like an actual retard. I mean, it's like what they were given from their parents genetic wise, just
They squandered.
screwed them. It screwed them for life. Like they were given two lazy people and a baby was born, and then the baby is given two lazy personalities in the genetics. What the fuck you think that kid's gonna do?
I don't know
Was
because
it genetics or
because
was
our
it
generation was the baby
environment?
boomers generation. The generations that you're talking about is the baby boomers generation, and they weren't that
I think
fucking
that's-
lazy.
No, they were.
Our
Hold on.
generation,
Shit, too.
I would
Do the
disagree
gym.
But that goes along
I
with
would-
it. We
I would
don't have
agree.
very many lazy people
I
these days.
I would agree.
Most people are willing to work.
No. Oh, there are so many lazy. If we didn't have all these lazy people, we wouldn't have these government social number taking over problems.
See, and everyone says that, but
Food
at the same
stamps, give
time,
me
my
money, I don't want to work.
my
Raise minimum
experiences
wage.
are opposite. My experiences are people want to work, people won't hire them.
I like
or
how
at
they
the same-
push this
for
minimum
some.
wage. They're locking
true for
people
some.
in to minimum wage. Fuck that! I'm gonna go make my own goddamn money, and I'll decide how much my minimum wage is. Thank you very much.
I just really
I
think
don't need
there's
somebody else to decide that for me.
there's
This is a free country.
there's a double-sided mirror to all of these topics.
Blake,
Yeah, you do that, and they fucking rape you in taxes and take all your money.
Blake, we live in a capitalist system where
Oh fuck!
anyone can start their own
A
company.
crony capitalist system.
Anyone can start their own business at any given point.
Yeah.
I did it.
But they need to have that drive and dedication to do it.
Gotta want
If
it.
they see a check coming in from the government every week, and I don't have to work. Shit. Hell
but
yeah,
that
I'm gonna get
check
fat
is
and lazy.
$200 a week, so you're gonna survive on $600-800 a month.
I can go.
How far is that gonna get you?
I can go and find a.
If you're living in mama's basement, pretty damn far.
Yeah, I
Pretty
suppose
damn
it'd
far.
be all right. But you know what? I want more for myself than that,
And-
I know I can go out and get it. So
And
yeah, I'm gonna go do it.
I don't
I know-
doubt that it's happening.
I know 4 people.
I
That
just feel like it's happening a lot less than you guys lead on to
Well,
believe.
it's happening more than ever.
and I know 4 people that do it. That live out of their vans. Actually, they have 2 vans. 2 of them.
Living large. They got
4
a
people.
vacation home.
4.
Amy and Steve.
It was 4.
I'm
3.
so mad at
It was
them.
3.
So frustrated. They had life in the bucket. They were set. And they just
fucked
gave
up.
it away because they were lazy.
And
They didn't have to do much.
Oh,
Not much was
listen.
asked of
You
them.
want a story?
But they live off of food
You want a
stamps
story.
and welfare and they live off of the government, and we know them personally, we know them very well, so this is not speculation.
I
You want-
don't-
They
here's
are
a- no,
lazy.
I
here's a
don't
story.
want to
Not
knock
to work.
welfare and I don't want to knock food
Here-
stamps
here's-
because they literally save people's lives.
So,
But people
yes, they're-
fucking take full advantage of
Some
it.
And
people
that's
need them,
the problem.
but
Too
most
many
people are just
take
taking advantage.
advantage
That
of it.
don't need it. They're just being lazy when they
I
have
wouldn't say most.
every-
I would say most of the
more
people,
people
using
abuse
food
the
stamps-
system than actually need the
Hold
system.
on.
I wouldn't say that.
Greater than 50%. Guarantee it.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I know people. Here's the thing: the welfare system is designed so you can't get out of it.
Well, the welfare
It's
system is
designed.
also designed to where you can't really cheat it.
And you know what else I think?
disagree because
it's
I
not
have
the
family
people
that
that they
has.
say it
I
is,
disagree
the immigrants coming in or the poor black community. It's not them. It is lazy white motherfuckers
Yeah,
that are
white
raping
trailer
the
trash.
system. Fuck yes.
Yes, white
That
trailer
is what
trash
is
in the middle of
crushing it all.
Kentucky or Mississippi or Alabama.
It's everywhere.
They're
No.
everywhere. Every
It
state,
was-
all over the place.
It was. Did you hear? I hate to bring this up because I dislike AOC just as much as everyone in this room. But did you see AOC stand up to fucking Mitch McConnell and was like, "Dude,
That was funny.
how are you gonna decline?" It was like money. It was money for shit like that, like welfare and shit like that. And she was like, "How are you going to decline that when Kentucky, your fucking state, uses like 190% over what it makes?" Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hate Mitch McConnell. I can't stand him. I think he's
Everyone does.
I think everyone hates Mitch
He's
McConnell,
got no-
Nancy Pelosi, AOC, Matt
Chuck
Gates,
Schumer.
Chuck Schumer. I'm pretty sure everyone hates all of
They
them.
all need to fucking just go.
But
away.
you
That is part of the
understand?
problem. That is
Hold on,
present in
I want to
the
have this
situation
conversation right now. It just popped
How
up,
the
and it
fuck do
usually
these
pops up
people
every
keep
fucking
getting
time.
reelected?
Devin, you know what I'm gonna say.
How the fuck do these people get
Hold on,
reelected?
term limits. If we fucking enable term limits, do you understand what's gonna happen? You think AOC and Matt Gates is bad? We're gonna have about 10 of them
All
on
right.
each side.
All right. If you're gonna,
Take a bite of your
so
rights.
Dude,
if-
I'm telling you right now,
But
No.
if you have...
the other way too. How
No.
many Trumps are we gonna have?
no. So
It works the other way.
You're
too.
right, you're
not
right,
wrong.
you're not wrong.
Not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Not wrong.
Hold on.
I've had time to think about
I
this.
just really think
I've
that
had-
term limits sound great, but at the moment that we have 10 AOCs and 10 Matt Gateses on both sides arguing each other, we're all going to shoot ourselves in the face.
No, I
One is
disagree.
pushing too
Because
many.
you know
I
what
need a beer, though.
term limits is going to do? It's going to.
Will you grab a
limit-
bunch of them?
Yes, I will.
What
grab a
term
bunch of
limits
them.
would do if it would limit the amount of corruption.
I
Because
want term
a
limits.
lot of-
I love
That
it.
just
A lot
makes
of
them
these-
gather together more to
Well-
keep it rolling. Like, hey, I got you in it, but you got to do what I was doing.
No.
Hold on, I
Here's
do
the
want to
thing.
ask you
A
one
lot
question
of
though.
the
I want to
politics-
ask you a question though. If someone like Mitch McConnell, someone like Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi can pass that cognitive test, doesn't that wisdom account for something?
no.
What?
Why is it why?
What cognitive? What I don't understand.
So
what
no,
you're-
if they can pass the cognitive test,
Why is it, man?
saying that they're not they're not in like a cognitive decline, meaning
dementia?
like mentally.
Okay.
Yes.
Which I don't think.
Don't you think the wisdom
No.
accounts for something?
No.
It's not wisdom.
You don't think
if-
you
I
don't
don't
think
think
20
they-
years,
Blake.
30 years
Absolute
in
power
politics
corrupts
Blake.
helps a
absolutely.
little bit?
Blake.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and because
Yes.
those people, Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer,
Where the fuck did you find that?
It was hiding behind either the PBR or the Reds. I don't know.
Wow.
It was the only one
all of these lifers that have been in there for so long have had more and more time to spread their tentacles and their networks
fuck?
to get money from here and money from there and money.
You want this?
They have the longer they've been in, the more corrupt they've been.
It says Dev on it.
And the less they've done for their own personal constituents.
in. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Ask and you shall receive.
Tony, my
Blake.
my
I don't
objection.
think they gain
N-
wisdom.
it's
I
not
think
it's
they
not
just
my
learned
it's not
more
my
about
reference
how to
or
use
like
the system
like
for
my
their
comment to
personal
that. My objection. It's a pure objection. I just don't see filling.
Blake. Here's my
How do I say this?
No, here's my question.
How do I say this?
Here's my question. If we are being forced to retire at a certain age, 65, 70, as
That's not forcing you. That's just a recommendation.
Because that's when
No,
you're going to make the
there's-
most back.
right.
It's
They're-
a push to
they
keep
push
you in
us
working
It's
a
out.
little bit
that's a
longer.
recommendation by Social Security.
It's not pushing you out. It's an
Well, yeah,
incentive
but
to
how
keep
many
you
companies-
in.
how many
Keep you in
companies
the
wanna
machine,
hold
keep you
on to
working.
somebody that's 75,
No,
80?
Devin, we want to retire by 40, bud.
Yeah, my goal is 40.
Fuck the system.
Yeah, I'm not buying
You're not
into that
wrong.
at all.
Fuck
I'm
the
not
system.
playing that
But I
game.
know where you're going with this, and it makes
It's
sense.
my life.
If they
I
are
make the fucking
forcing
rules.
middle America to
No, do
retire
it. Do
at
your
a
thing.
certain age,
Or recommending. Let's say
or
recommending.
recommend they retire at a certain age,
Do the big
65,
one,
70.
pussy. Do the big one.
Oh,
Right?
but I won't know what to say if I do that.
You liar.
So
It happened that one
Here.
time.
Here.
I had nothing to say.
do it.
You
Vamos.
guys made me smoke
Pinche
too
puto.
much,
So-
and I was fucking lost.
If they recommend middle America retires at a certain age, 65, 70, why can't they?
Well,
Or why don't they?
Why don't they?
this
Oh, you know why?
Hold on.
Because they get that
make a
paycheck
shit fucking
annually.
pot of
5-second
money.
comment. Can I say a 5-second
Of
comment?
course.
We're all gonna live till 150 anyways, so shut the fuck up.
I have every intention of it. I am only 31. I got a
You
lot.
live in that world, and I'll live in the real world.
Okay, 5-second comment just turned into a 60-second comment. You know that Silicon Valley is dumping billions of dollars into HealthSpan, right? And do you know what HealthSpan? Okay, yes. I'm not even gonna let you answer. So HealthSpan is they want you to not live to 200 years old. They want you to be healthy till 200 years old.
Yeah, like
So-
this till 200.
Yes, so
Yeah.
so
No one
Silicon
did it?
Silicon Valley is messing with genetics. They are getting serious.
Are we
going to
be a GMO?
Oh.
I
No.
don't want to be a GMO.
No, hold on.
No.
Hold on.
No.
I got 60 seconds. Hold on. They are getting serious about turning our
I'm
genetics
gluten-intolerant.
into making us typically live till we are about 150 to 200 years old.
So what you
Yeah, good luck with that.
so what you're saying?
No, you
is-
say that, but is it actually more doable than you
No,
think?
Hey,
what I
you
see,
think I'm
what
nuts
I
and I
see-
talk about staying 31?
So what that tells
Watch me
me-
make it to 131.
What that tells me.
You okay? Hold on, 1 second.
I wanna hear
1
that.
second before you say this. We all know the black World War II veteran that was 116 years old and smoked cigars and
Walking
drank
around,
whiskey.
talking, having
Drank
conversations.
whiskey
Hey.
right up until the day he died.
all what you told me tells me is they're implanting a
Shut
switch.
the fuck up.
A switch
Shut
that
the
will
fuck up.
that will
That shut it off.
That
It's
was-
all the fucking vaccines.
Oh my
That's
God.
the shut off. That's the shut off.
Hey,
I'm
Hey.
sorry.
That's
You
why
guys
they want
don't
you
even
to
listen
go to the
me.
doctor.
I listen. I believe 100% in Cybernet, Skynet,
Yeah,
Skynet.
Terminator.
Devin, are you kidding me?
And that is
Cyberdyne.
best-
I'm gonna
Cyberdyne.
go there right
that
now.
is that is the best way to it.
No, it's not.
Holy shit!
You have completely lost your marbles.
No, he's right on track.
No.
Yeah,
Health
and-
span.
And Area
You
51
have
is a fucking
all
show.
lost
The
me.
aliens are all
I
underwater.
am lost.
Okay. Should we end this in part 3 it?
Skiddly-dee, potato.
I'm curious to know how many people are just completely lost by this.
That would
Because
be
I'm
great.
lost.
So I wonder if anybody's
Myself.
following along going, holy shit, I can't believe they're starting us.
Alright. We
There's
are-
a bunch, right. There's like 2 people, and they're like, "What the fuck? That was the dumbest thing he said."
It's making sense